station, everybody, because we've got the great Herminio. Reyes Jr. is in the house. Good to see you, man.
What up, what up, everyone? Happy New Comic Book Day. I'm so excited. This is always my favorite day of the week. This is like Christmas morning every week. I'm assuming everybody can hear me now because I've been having a lot of technical issues lately with trying to do this show and all that. It's like the technology, me versus technology. Who will win? Well, technology will win because it will always win. But I'm glad we're here because this one's a special one. Means a lot to me. Means a lot to the guy, my partner. Everybody knows him, but that guy who he's back. And I don't know, he could have that evil laugh again, but my man Sam Osborn is back.
I am back.
What is going on, man? How was your day, Sam? On this Christmas, New Comic Book Day morning, afternoon, or whatever.
It's still a little warm yet to be Christmas, to be honest. But yeah. But it is well, it could be a little bit better of a new comic book day because I did not get a few books, but because my comic shop totally was like, oops, we didn't get these books. I was like, what?
So they were like, oops, I did it again. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I was like, what the heck? So
man, hopefully.
So I didn't get no Sinister War #3. I didn't get no Moon Knight #2. Forget what else I.
Wow.
So, yeah.
They have to make that up to you, man. They have to make that up to you because you need to get your Sinister War. Your Spider-Man stuff should always be there. You know what I'm saying? Should always be there. You know what I mean? Because, of course, today we're covering one of our favorite movies and all that. And I'm very excited. Spider-Man, the movie, the Sam Raimi, the first one.
Yes.
I'm so excited we're finally doing this. We talked about this before. And I was like, let's finally do it. I mean, because we were trying to figure out if we wanted to do one movie at, the whole series or just one movie at a time. I was like, we'll do one movie at a time. You know what I mean? We don't need to rush this. You know what I'm saying? We always love these hangouts and have fun and all that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I can't wait. I'm so excited. I know you're excited. Real quick, before we talk about the movie, if you like the video, hit the thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Ding, ding, ding that bell for notifications for awesome content like this one. Also content like my man Sam from Sam's Tangle Web, who had a surprise free comic book day edition of his show the other day, huh?
I did. Was it DC?
Nice.
Was it somebody's imagination? I don't know. So yeah. You have to go.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that was a nice surprise. You got to show your book too. You know what I'm saying, and and all that. You kept it short and sweet and all that. You just to the subject, to what you need to do, entertain us. We are happy to see you there and talk about entertainment. You know what I'm saying? We're in the middle of this thing called Whiplash Wednesday. I don't know if you heard about it.
Yeah, look at
Started with the
them.
hash. Look at that list, lineup,
That's
and all that. You know what I mean?
amazing,
Of course,
man.
we started with the music of the show. You know what I'm saying? Um, our guy, who had an awesome guest. We're talking about the hashtag Blame Phable show with the comic community. This of course, it's this Wednesday. It was today. Geek Out with Roscoe was up in there, and it was a really fun show. I got to see most of it, but I wasn't home. And then IG has been acting up today. IG, get your stuff together. Get your stuff together. It's been kicking me in and out, and I couldn't hear half of what was said and all that.
Yeah.
Technology altogether wasn't working for me. I couldn't go on YouTube and watch anything. Um, I was just I did a lot of errands. I did a lot of stuff with the lady and all that
Yeah.
important stuff. And in the middle of it, I snuck in my books. I did get my books. The fun stuff. You know what I mean? And
Yeah. Yeah.
I couldn't even watch TM Nerdy Chat sit down with Thank. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I'm definitely gonna check that out. This is what I'm talking about right here.
Oh
Thank,
yeah.
he's awesome. I can't wait to sit down, watch that on the rewind. If anybody who has not seen it, watch it on the rewind. This chatting with community shows TM does are amazing. These are
Yep.
wonderful community that we got here on Whiplash Wednesday. That's a fantastic show we have here on Wednesdays. And yeah, we always have my man Nick from Comic Culture always drop things. I don't have a thumbnail for him, but we all know him. You know what I'm saying? He puts up amazing content. We already showed TM. There you go. That's what. This is my backup thumbnail for Nick Comic Culture. You know what I'm saying? Who's on his way to 300. That says 87 on that thumbnail. I'm gonna have my lady change that to 300. He's almost there. 300 subs. Early congratulations to him.
Huh?
You know, I mean, that's an awesome feat. You know what I'm saying? To come in there, and of course, we have our show because people are watching. Of course, we have our show, and then of course, after our show, we're the bridge to the Chamorro show here on Whiplash Wednesday. Um, I think today is gonna be one of those they talk about anything kind of shows, whatever shows up. I think it was supposed to be about sports, I think, and some people couldn't make it, so they're gonna just talk about comics. The Tomorrow Show, it goes on. You know what I'm saying? You don't
Yeah.
really need a subject because we're all gonna talk right there. You know what I mean? So guys, check that out and all that. And hopefully, I'm not tired and I can like show up and say hi to everybody in that show. You know what I'm saying? Because I do enjoy going on that show at times. I haven't been in there for a while. Sorry, Manny, but I still enjoy that show. And of course, I still gotta change the thumbnail a little bit. We always doing the hashtag Sam to 1K giveaway.
Yeah.
this thumbnail I'm gonna change, but from the amazing collector's edition show, my man Fargate with the not one, two Marvel Masterworks,
Yeah.
Marvel Team Ups, Volume 3 and 4. You know what I'm saying? And makes a lot of sense because our show is called YouTube Team Up. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
we get a T-shirt and it says 300, but it's an homage cover to ASM 700, which is
Yeah.
ASM 300, ASM 400. You know what I'm saying? Two
Yeah.
homage covers for that for ASM 700. That's where the confusement is. I gotta change that thumbnail. And your boy Tom did
He
step
has
up
a
and put something in it.
he has a slab of Amazing Spider-Man. Uh, I believe it's 378, the third part of the Maximum Carnage. So yes, how about
Maximum
that?
Carnage, awesome series. We
Yeah.
probably cover it here one day. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because Maximum Carnage, as a kid, I grew up, I loved that stuff. You know what I mean? You read it now, it's probably a lot of silliness, but I freaking love stuff like that. So,
Hey,
you
it's
know,
awesome. It's awesome.
it's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
yeah, we don't know if we have any more coming, but we'll see as it comes closer. We need to get
Yeah.
Sam to 1K. Um, You know what I mean? It's not the end all be all, but we feel like you need to be there. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta start cranking out more videos, and that's on me. I gotta crank out the videos, and I got to entertain the people, and then what it
Yeah.
will come along as it will come along. So, yeah,
What's most important is having fun doing it. You know what I'm
yes,
saying? If you're having fun doing it, and it looks like you are,
yep,
I'm having fun watching you and being on it when I can. You know what I mean? It's an amazing. I think you're very entertaining, and you know we love you in the community. So we hope to get you there pretty soon. And of
oh yeah,
course, you know we could. I mean, I could talk about this other giveaway because my man Fargate was very generous to give something to for the hashtag Big Herm to 500 giveaway.
there you go.
You know, one prize will get the Epic Volume 7, the Death of Gwen Stacy, and the original Death of Green Goblin. And
Hmm.
one of my favorite reads of the John Romita was still doing that. No, that was not John Romita. That was
He did some.
Conway.
He did
Whatever.
do some of it. He did do some of it, and then Gil Kane. You got some Gil Kane
Yep,
in there.
there you go. There you
Yeah,
go.
Jerry
That's a Gil
Conway
Kane.
is doing the writing. Yeah,
He was
yeah,
the writer who became a very young. He was
yes.
19 when he started writing Amazing Spider-Man. Became the original writer because there was a few
That's
writers in, like
that's crazy to
it
think about. He's
is.
so young.
Yeah, he was so
Jeez,
young and he did such a good job, man.
he did.
Jerry Conway, very underrated, not talked about a lot, but I like his
Yeah.
stuff a lot. And yeah, man, that's an awesome giveaway for Fargate. Thank you so much, my man. Look forward to you do the monthly show. Hey, wait, I jumped the gun. But
Oh,
that came
no.
out of nowhere. But
Whoa.
since I accidentally put that up there, might as well talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Next
Yeah,
week. It
yeah.
comes
Might as well.
next week. So uh there was a few people that voted and it was like almost unanimous. So this is the thumbnail that we chose. You know what I'm saying? We was like, what was this one? Sam Starks, or this one? Sam Rogers. And Sam Rogers wins. So next week, Civil War starts. We get to read some Civil War. I get to finally read it in full. To
Ooh.
get it read. I haven't read it yet because I want to have it fresh in my mind and all
You
that.
you've never read it before.
Not completely. I read the Spider-Man stuff, but not the Civil War stuff. Not completely.
Oh,
So
you are in for a treat, buddy. Oh,
yeah, I can't
my
wait.
man.
You know
Awesome.
what's funny? I'll give you a nugget. My wife read it before me.
Wow. That
Yeah,
you got.
yeah. She got that one over me.
Hey, you get a gold star just for that, and she gets two. Man,
Yes, yes. So
that's awesome.
that was yeah, that I can't wait to finally read that in full. I'll probably read some of the Spider-Man stuff because a lot of Spider-Man stuff happens in
It
there that's
goes.
very important.
Yeah, yeah,
It goes with it. And
yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna sit down and read those. That's gonna be a lot of fun and
Oh
all
yeah.
that. Of course, before we go there, my man Missing Link had a pop-up show showing his free comic book day stuff. You know what I'm saying? You never know where he is. And where's Missing Link? You know, the modern day where's Waldo? And he just popped up in the show before this one and shouted me out on the show. And I heard that part. I was trying to get in, and my Instagram kept kicking me out and all that. But I'm definitely want to watch that one on the rewind too in full. He
Yeah.
put on a very surprise show. Love it. And let's go to the chats real quick before we
Yeah.
cover what we cover, because I'm so grateful that you guys always come and support us and all that. There was some stuff that was mentioned, but there was some chat, so it skipped a few. So anything up there, questions, all that I missed. I know my man Fargate was first,
Yeah.
and all that. And of course, brother Joe, hero, brother Joe was there. He said for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching at home. Let's get ready to rumble. I could do it longer, but you know, I don't want to break people's eardrums. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? TM Nerdy Station, my man. Um, I'm sure you had a fantastic show. I have to watch that on the rewind. Apologize for that one. Could not get in, but definitely will watch that. My man John Thomas. John Thomas, what is going on? I won't mention any baseball. I won't mention any baseball. You know what I mean? I won't
Oh,
mention what happened last night. No, no, no. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was good for me, but he's gonna get on me for that, man. He's gonna get on me. Oh man. Um, he says, Brother Joe, start training, saying your prayers, and eating your vitamins. We got a rematch versus Horrible Herm at Stinky Sam and Stinky Sam.
whoa, Slinky,
Yeah,
Slinky.
yeah, yeah. Tag team 2-on-2 this fall. We're having the article. They call it the Hermania 2 or whatever it is that they're calling it. But we are having a wrestling show before the Survivor Series this fall in November, because the first one was very successful. You know what I'm saying? We had a ball on Friday on the live on the YouTube, everything wrestling talk.
That
We
that
had
that
a
was
ball.
a fantastic show. Fantastic.
Yeah, I had so much fun, guys. For those of you who, there are people there that don't know wrestling and all that. You know, they do comics and they still went in there, say hi, and learn some stuff.
Yeah.
And I appreciate it. I understand this is a comic book channel mostly, but it's still a pop culture type channel too. So we're gonna cover some other stuff like that, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Chamorro Cinema up in here, station.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? Who's up in Maria Station, hun?
Hey.
Running some errands with her. I always have fun with my wife, even when we're running errands and stuff,
Yeah.
and we want to be home doing stuff with my wife. I love it. Love you, girl. She's awesome. Always appreciate her. Fargate, how does your LCS not have Sinister War?
Yeah, I
They
don't.
gotta make it up, man. They gotta make it up to you, man. They better give it you for free next time. You know what I'm saying? Yo, give it free.
You would think so. Yeah.
You would think so, right? Or give you
Yeah.
a nice discount, you know what I'm saying? Give you a nice
I
discount.
mean, I get a pretty good discount. I get a pretty good.
Eric, the stash the Rams. I think my man Eric got it back. I don't remember if I wasn't paying attention, but did it come back? Did you find it? Because I put it in the nook behind the milk carton and all that. He's like, he's still doing that. The stash man, yeah, man. I'm here having way too much fun with the chat. Nick, comic culture. I want to watch your stuff on the Rewind. I didn't see your thumbnail anywhere, so I couldn't put it on here. But you know, I always have something back up. What else? My man, missing link, like I was talking about earlier. The Where's Waldo, modern day Where's Waldo, missing link. You're awesome, brother. You're awesome, Sheena Station. Happy New Comic Book Day, indeed. She's always busy. She always comes in here, says what's up. You know what I mean? Participate and all that. We always appreciate you for that. And Perry's up in here to say hello. You know what I'm saying? Missing like says Ham and Herman. I said Ham. I'm Ham now. Herman Sam. I'm all over the place, man. I'm all over the place. Oh, who else is up here? Oh, it's the shirt guy. The shirt guy. All right, you know what? I kind of want to show my shirt real quick. You know what I'm saying? Cause you know, I got me this weekend. This weekend it's SummerSlam on Saturday. Can't wait. This is the SummerSlam I went to in Brooklyn a couple of years ago. Oh, it says the date right there. You know what I'm saying? SummerSlam with my Nick hat. You know, my Puerto Rican Nick hat. I'm Puerto Rican, guys, but you know, I love it. You know,
Gee, I didn't know that. Come on.
You didn't know that? Yeah.
No, I didn't know.
What shirt do you have, Sam?
I got this.
Marvel.
I got Marvel. There you go.
So shirt guy, I hope he made you happy. He make us stand like dummies sometimes. Nah, we enjoy doing it. You know what I'm saying? Travis, not yet. Maybe tonight. If not this weekend, I got a lot going on the next couple of days. Yeah, man, she's gonna be on the track. I'm chatting with community, but we got a few weeks before that, so hopefully they can get it going whenever they can. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, we got our buddy John's Comics for Kids up in there in the chat.
John, oh wait, you jumping the gun on me?
Sorry
But
about that.
I love it when you don't worry about it.
I didn't mean
My
to do
man
that.
Nick Comic Culture is up in here. Go Yankees! I'm not trying
Yeah.
to start anything. I'm not trying to start anything.
Oh my goodness.
Maria, I'm pretty sure you look amazing today. Who's that? Where is he? Where is he? Oh, here we go. Hi, gentlemen. John Comments for Kids. This man is amazing.
He's on.
Anybody, any of my moderators, drop his link. Put some awesome show. Tag Team Thursday. It's always amazing with you guys. I don't remember if you were there last week. Were you off? I don't even remember. I was doing a lot that day. I was kind of like chiming in. That's why I didn't really get to comment too much. But hopefully tomorrow I get to watch all of it. And he always has a fantastic show. I love your shirt, Sam. Yeah, Sam's got an awesome shirt. You know what I'm saying? Oh snap, y'all bring the heat for the shirt guy. Yeah. Hi Maria. Miguel Pool Station. I think I got everybody.
Yeah. Wow.
21 minutes in, and we didn't even talk about what we came to talk about. We just having fun with each other. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Thank you, Missing Link. Thank you for dropping that link for me. That man. Thank you, TM. Thank you, TM. I'm off Tag Team Thursday these days. Work schedule is tough. Yo, listen, because of work schedule, I had to take my time off for the summer for Sunday nights. I don't have my show on Sunday nights for the moment. And it's because of work time. You know what I'm saying? Work time, chores around the house, things, important stuff that I have to get done around here. Sunday's the best day I can do with a lot of stuff to catching on. So I understand that, man. I hope when everything gets a little better, we can see you again on that Tag Team Thursday, because we do enjoy you on that. You throughout the weekend. The closer, the mayor, Justin, Brandon. You know what I mean? Oh, Wolf. How could I forget Old Wolf? He
Can't forget Wolf.
John, don't tell any of the other guys. Old Wolf is my personal favorite out of the group. I love that man. I hope you don't get offended. Love that guy. And oh man, that's all good. Share links. It's all good. Don't matter who does it. But all right.
Yeah.
Back to the main event. The reason why we're here. Let me take the step. Boom. He got it ready. Hold on. Let me give you a solo layer. You beat me to it. You know what I'm saying? That's the DVD. I have the same copy, but it's hidden. It's hidden because I got the Blu-ray now. That's part of my show and tell later. But
I mean, we're talking 2 discs, baby.
2 discs, baby. Yeah, man. Old Wolf. Yes. Old Wolf. Love the Old Wolf.
I think this is the right show for us to do. Oh, that's the Blu-ray.
I got the Blu-ray, man. Yeah. I went into VHS. I got the UMD for the, I don't know if people remember the PSP, PlayStation Portable.
Okay.
The UMD, the little disc that comes in it. I have that version. You know what I'm saying? The Blu-ray came out. I got that version with the digital code. And now I'm waiting for the 4K version to come out, like maybe a 4K pack.
4K.
And I'm gonna get that. Yep, all of it. I love my Spider-Man movies. That and Batman. I try to get every version of them, especially this one. Okay. When I first heard this movie was coming out, I was just like, I couldn't wait for it. It took years for it to come out too. I don't know if you remember the first time they announced it. Right?
Yes, I remember way back. Yes.
Way back. So when they first announced it, I know it was like mid 90s, and there's somebody else supposed to make it. It wasn't really Sam Raimi, right?
No. Who's the guy? The guy who did Titanic.
Yeah, I don't remember his name. Anybody remember his name in the chats? Let me know in the chats. You know, I wrote all these notes and I didn't write that. You know what I mean? Look, what are you gonna do, right?
Yeah.
But no, right, there you go, my man, Missing Link, James Cameron. That's right. Right.
There you go.
You're supposed to do the original one. Things didn't work out with all that. I think they had a script and everything, and And I should have done more research on that part, but I was so excited about this version, I didn't even do that. Right? You
Oh
have a
yeah,
show, Herm. You have a show. Prepare yourself. You know what I'm saying? But
we're prepared in a different way. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's different. So when it finally came out, I was so excited. I've seen it like 4 or 5 times in the theater. You know what I'm saying? One of the
Wow.
only ones. Yeah, that Batman, Ninja Turtles. There's a pattern here. Like a lot of those earlier movies, Batman '89 and all that. When I was a
Right.
kid, I seen those over and over again in the theaters. Um, yeah, I just loved them so much as a kid and all that, growing up and all that, even into my adulthood. And this movie meant a lot for Spider-Man fans, not Marvel fans and all that. Of course, X-Men like kind of paved the way. A Blade before it,
Well,
and then
Blade, and then
X-Men.
yes.
Yeah, Blade, and then the X-Men, and then X-Men followed Spider-Man. And
Yeah.
thanks those two franchises because we got our Spider-Man. Where were you at the time? How were you feeling when finally this Spider-Man movie first came out?
How were you feeling? And then here's the microphone. There you go. No,
There you go.
no, but no, I was jumping up and down. I was like, I'm crazy. I was like, oh my God, Spider-Man movie is coming. It came out in the summer of 2002, right? I mean, it's amazing. I went with my lady at the time and a couple of our friends, and we had some great seats, and it was awesome. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
um it's just like I don't know, it's just like I thought the music and everything and how
oh
they
yeah,
presented it because
yeah.
the technology is not what it was today then. So they
No,
had to do a lot to it to make it the best they can. But
but
a lot of times the Spider-Man movies from before, I don't think it would have worked 4 or
yeah,
5 years before that, or James Cameron was going through it. So
yeah.
my man Eric says, was it Leonardo DiCaprio going to be Peter Parker too? Or I'm thinking about those Wizard magazine casting calls.
I think you're thinking about the
That
Wizard magazine casting call.
yeah, but because that was they did Wizard magazine did throw out that rumor.
They did.
And I remember people going, "Oh hell no!" And some people were like, "Yeah, I love DiCaprio," and some people were like, "No, no, no, not that guy." You know what I'm saying?
We
No,
want,
never
we
him.
want, we want a handsome Peter Parker.
We got, we ended up
Yeah,
getting Tobey Maguire cast as
isn't bad, right? Not bad.
he was not bad at all. I think he did was it Pleasantville before that
Yes, yes. Yeah.
and I thought he was a decent. I don't know how it was gonna work a little bit because we'll talk about it a little later. But I thought
Yeah,
um
yeah.
at the time I thought whoever played Spider-Man I was gonna be happy with because I just loved that there was a Spider-Man. At that time, you're gonna be biased a little bit, but
Yeah,
in the long run, I ended up enjoying him as Spider-Man.
definitely. Yeah.
And then of course you had that nice little soundtrack to go with the music with
That's
the movie, which is the guy
Danny
from Nickelback. You know what I'm
Danny L.
saying?
Oh, okay. Oh, you're talking about the music soundtrack. Okay, yeah,
Music
that's
soundtrack. Yeah,
yeah.
The guy, you say a
You
hero,
had,
save us. And he had that voice,
yeah, you had
and he'll
yeah,
wait.
the. Are you? I can't. Are you making fun of him? Or are you actually trying? I don't know what you're doing, but
No, I'm kind of like so because I did love the song. I did appreciate um
he
the
sang.
video and
He
all that.
sang the song "Hero." There's going to be a hero. Yeah, you know. But you had Danny Elfman doing the music throughout the movie
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff. You
yeah.
know.
Which he did a fantastic job, man.
Yeah,
I couldn't um because music when you do a music in the movie is very important too. You know what I mean?
yeah, it is. It can be. Yeah.
It could be a great movie. The music's not good. People won't be drawn to it. I think
Yes.
the music's very important in these movies.
Like with
You know what I'm
Star
saying?
Wars. You know. Yeah.
Yeah. So I enjoyed the heck out of that soundtrack as a movie was
Yes.
I really enjoy it. I think I have the CD somewhere stored. Did you buy the CD?
I did have it at one point. Yes, I did have it. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't even know
Played
where
the,
mine went.
played, played the heck out of it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It probably burnt it out. Probably need to get a new one
Probably.
anyway.
Yeah.
But now you got technology. You can just download it now, right?
Find it
But
on YouTube.
it's still nice to have a physical copy of it. You know, kind of like comic books. It's good to have a physical copy of those.
True.
So that's good. Yeah. So Tobey Maguire's Spider Man. What do
Yeah.
you think of his performance overall in this movie? Did you enjoy it? Any good or bad parts about it?
Um. Okay. I thought. Okay. At the beginning, you know, he's just Peter Parker, right? And then he, later on, he becomes Spider-Man, and I think things really started clicking when he got bit, and he got all buff, you know, and I thought he did a really great job, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that was awesome when
When he
he
got
he
buff.
be, he got bit and all that, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Oh, look at me!" And I said, "Like he still looks skinny to me." I don't.
But he was in great shape though. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, he was in great shape. He did a great job. Because you can't be a Spider Man any character like that without being in shape, man. You have to be in shape, especially these days. These movies.
Yeah.
It's not like back in the day when you had Adam West, um, Adam West, who was not very
Oh yeah.
shape.
Back in the '60s. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The Superman, I forgot his name. He wasn't very buff neither. You know, what I mean? You can't do that these days,
Or
right?
not Christopher Reeve, but the other guy. Yeah.
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 So, I thought, okay, the people in the, playing teenagers, because I know they end up going into college anyway,
Yeah.
but they
Yeah.
look a little bit older as teenagers. It's a little weird. What is it? What you think?
That is very true. That is very true. I was like, these guys look a bit older. They look college age, not high school, but
A little bit, a little bit,
you know, a little bit, and we're gonna let
a
them
little bit.
pass because this is Spider-Man, and we're just gonna just go
Yeah.
through it.
But that's how it was at that time. Like you saw a lot of like older people playing that don't look young. Now you have a lot of like people who look young play teenagers. You know what I mean? Like Tom Holland. You know what I mean?
Whoa, whoa,
So
whoa.
hey, whoa, 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 whoa. We do that movie another time, right?
Come on. Yeah,
But yeah. So that for whatever reason at that time it didn't throw me off
yeah,
too much. But
yeah.
when you go out to movies, nothing throws you off. You just freaking love it. When you take the DVD or Blu-ray home,
Then
I
you
had
can
the VHS first.
then you can start to stop and pick stuff apart.
Yeah, really, these kids look kind of old to be in high school. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But I thought he was a good Peter Parker. He was a decent Spider-Man because now we can compare him to other Spider-Man
yeah,
movies. But
true.
without comparing it to that, I thought he was a decent Spider-Man, a good Peter Parker.
Yeah.
The difference with this one, I think he's imitated a little bit of the Ultimate Spider-Man. I don't know if that was out already or whatever, but
Yeah, yeah.
because he didn't have the web shooters. What did you think about that? He had to
Well,
actually coming
well,
off of
no.
him and
Hang on. Back that back about that time, they had changed his. He didn't have the web shooters that he built. They somehow changed it that he could shoot them out of his body, not out of the web shooters in the comic. Yeah. So,
yeah.
what? What do you? I can't hear you. What'd you do? Okay, what are you doing? Can anybody hear him? What's happening? I can't. Did you hit the mute button? Yeah, what happened? Oh, I can hear you. I can hear you.
You can hear me now? Yeah. For whatever reason, um, that was weird. But let's keep going.
What were you
So,
trying to say?
what was I saying? Damn, that derailed me. Um, what was I talking? I was talking about. Oh, I was talking about the web shooters. You
Web
know what I'm
shooters.
saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought that was weird when I first saw it. Web shooters
Yeah.
coming out of
Yeah.
I mean, it was
I don't.
convenient. It was too convenient. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I like. I always like the version of him. He's a smart guy. Okay. He's building a suit, a costume. He's building web shooters, and you got to have that, right? I think.
Yeah. I think it adds to, like you always said, the parking lot, the parking stuff. It adds the drama to it, that him always
That's
having to
the
somehow
ring. Yeah.
remake them. Yeah, fix them.
Yeah.
It was part of showing how smart he was, that he was able to invent those.
Yes.
So I thought it was kind of like an easy way out to just make
Yeah.
them like totally. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? A little lazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't let it derail what I thought about the movie, but I thought that was funny. You know what I mean? I was just like, I didn't love it, but I love the scene where he finally climbing the
Yeah.
wall, and he
I love.
starts learning. He's like, yeah, you know, like
Web go.
go web go.
He he. At one point, he even said Shazam. I was
He
like,
said,
whoa.
Shazam. They do
Wrong,
throw a,
wrong.
yeah.
And then
Yeah, sorry.
later on, Aunt May say something about, well,
Yeah.
you're not Superman or
You're
something like
not
that.
Superman, you know. You're not Superman. He starts laughing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I love that scene with him when he go up and does that and all that. Uh, and all that. But before we get
Hey,
to the
okay, go
plot
ahead.
of the movie, I want to talk about at least the main characters real quick before we get to it, because we're not gonna go through the whole movie. We're just gonna go
No.
quick synopsis of the movie. Then
Yeah.
we'll tell what we think of it. But Tobey
Yeah.
Maguire's Peter Parker Spider-Man. It's a go for the both of us. We
Yes.
enjoy it.
Yeah.
The next guy is this Norman Osborn guy. You know what I mean?
William Defoe.
William Defoe. I
Yes.
thought he was fantastic. I thought he killed the show. You know what I mean? He killed the movie. You know what I mean? He
Yeah.
was just like
He's amazing.
he sold it very well. You know what I mean? Did
His,
you
his acting, the way he kind of switched later on back and forth between Goblin and Norman Osborn, awesome.
and yeah, what's it, like I said, the web shooter showcase his underlining genius. Exactly.
There you
Um Eric Durance, I remember seeing the first trailer where he revs up the helicopter to the World Trade Center and just lost my mind. It was the
Yes.
coolest thing I ever seen. Yeah, it's sad that because of 911 we lost that
Yeah.
scene. That scene was amazing.
Yeah.
Seeing that in a trailer, you know what I mean? Yeah, but understandable why we didn't get that in there. I don't think they ever did. They put that in the extras. I don't think they ever did they?
I
I
don't.
think I've never seen it in the extras.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Aggressively relax. He says they need to let Hugh Jackman come back as Wolverine and just special effects. His six pack is fine as point. He earned it. Yeah.
Hey,
He
maybe as Old Man Logan.
Phable. Yeah. Old Man Logan. Yeah. He did a good job. That Logan movie. I
Logan movie.
enjoyed that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we're not talking about that. We're talking about Spider-Man, right?
Yeah.
the mighty Phable in the house. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Um, I still think he would be amazing as the Joker. William Defoe. Um,
Oh yeah,
Phable,
sure,
you ain't gotta apologize for being late. Thanks for being here, my man. Go
sure.
ahead, my man. Uh, true. I think what one injustice, he was a great Green Goblin, but he had what everybody calls that Power Ranger mask on him.
Yes, yes, exactly. I mean, I don't know. Did he? Did they try? Did they at least try and put like a regular mask on him, or I don't know. But the helmet thing, it didn't work. It didn't work.
Yeah, because you they should have. I don't know if Sam Raimi was trying to futurize it or something like that. Was afraid to actually put a legit
Yeah,
Green Goblin costume. I just didn't think they knew how to make the costume a face style costume that shows William Defoe's face expressions. 'Cause I think you missed out on that when he was
yeah.
Green Goblin. You know what I mean? Because he was so good at the Green Goblin thing. It's amazing, like how
Did they,
he was able to
like
do
the
that, man.
well, like the part when um, I believe it was after he found out that he had that the Green Goblin had killed the guys at the testing place. Um, he was looking at himself in the mirror, and it was the Green Goblin talking to him, and then Norman Osborn, and it was real cool how he kept switching like that. You know,
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Eric said the mask was dope, such better than what we got. I guess you're talking about what the missing link was talking about. Um, yeah, even though the mask, like I thought, would look very nice and all that, but the funny scene with him, in the floor, William Dafoe on the floor, and the mask was talking. Like,
yeah,
he was like
it's
you're
awesome.
worshiping the mask. But I love that scene. You know what I mean? I know we're
Yeah,
going all over the place, but this is what we
yeah,
do here on the Big Herm and Sam show. We just go all over the
yeah.
place. Uh, oh man, and they why did they cost? Um, that's that could be a reason, TM. I mean, I think the technology really wasn't there yet for. I still think they could have done something, but maybe it was cost. Maybe like putting the helmet on was easier than having something like you know you couldn't get CGC at that time. It wasn't CGC. What is a slab? But
CGI.
uh, CGI. Thank you. I think too much comics in my head. You know what I'm saying? But CGC. Oh boy, I'm off the rails already. We all know this was gonna happen with
Green
Roberts.
Goblin, Green Goblin's face. Oh, that's a 9.8 right there.
That's a 9.8. No, 9.9. Get it right. Get it right, man.
When he starts laughing,
So we'll talk more about Willem Dafoe, Green Goblin. I enjoyed it. I'm guessing you enjoyed him too, right?
I did. Yep.
Let's move on, and this when they first cast her, I was a fan of hers already. I like Bring It On and all that.
Yeah.
Um, did you ever watch Bring It On, or I was too like
Oh yeah,
kiddie for
yeah.
you?
No, no.
Hell
Oh,
yeah,
what are you kidding me? They
it's all teenagery or something,
can't play. Come on. They might have been playing teenagers, but I don't think she was actually teenager. I don't. I mean, I
No, she
don't.
was. I
Yeah.
mean, she was still young in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just in that movie she was still like I don't think she was that old, but I enjoyed that movie. We got Gabriella Union out of that movie.
Yeah.
We got like the girl that played Faith from Buffy was in it, and
Yes.
I enjoyed it. I saw that movie a bunch of times too, so I can't lie. Bring It On
Yeah.
was my guilty pleasure as a teen going into adulthood. You know what I mean? You know, what are you gonna do? You gotta I couldn't help.
Yeah. Whoa. What happened to her? Where's her? Where's her? Um. But I know her loved that Bring It On movie, right? I mean, you can't knock that. Bring It On. That was what was that like late? That was late '90s, right there. Bring It On was late '90s.
Yeah, late 90s, late 90s. Um, so used to me getting kicked out. You just keep going. I loved how you did that. But
Yeah.
yeah. Love Bring It On. Missing Link says yes, yes, yes. Who
But
else? Anybody? Eric Duran.
Chris,
9.9 all day. Eric, what
Kristen
happened?
Dunst. Come on, Kristen Dunst. She's
Kirsten
on.
Dunst. I was a big fan. I was a big fan. Director Bring It On was actually directed Ant-Man. Oh, I forgot about that. I forgot. Yo, thanks, Missing Link. That's why you're awesome, man. I enjoyed Ant-Man. I freaking love the heck out of that movie. So, some people didn't like it, but I thought that movie was a lot of fun. But that was a good nugget right there. Albert Langford Station, my man. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
So Kirsten Dunst, I enjoyed it. I thought she was. I mean, I wanted to see more Gwen Stacy because I knew about the character already. Because as a kid, I didn't know a whole lot. I know she died because of Green Goblin, but I never knew exactly why she died. You know what I mean? That Peter Parker tried to save her. You know what I mean? End up snapping her neck. You know what I mean? But I wanted to see Gwen Stacy first and then see Mary Jane, but we got Mary Jane right away. What you thought about that? You were okay with it being Mary Jane right away?
Well, I mean, hey, he married Mary Jane, so yeah, I was totally happy with no Gwen Stacy, and I liked Mary Jane being in it because I like Mary Jane a lot. So
I thought it was funny because I think wasn't she originally a blonde, and then
who?
made her
Kristen
red
Dunst?
hair?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they did. Yeah,
yeah. And then that's why why just make her Gwen Stacy? But I understand why they did it. I think there were a lot of darkness towards Gwen Stacy at the time. Still, people didn't know a lot about her and all that. That's why they didn't want to bring her up too much. But
because well, I think they were also thinking, well, maybe we'll do this movie and it'll bring people into the comic shops, and Peter Parker was married to Mary Jane at the time, so yeah.
yeah, my wife wants to start a war with me. She says I
Oh,
love Gwen Stacy. Boo
uh,
MJ. House
whoa,
divided now. Nothing
whoa,
ever
whoa,
divide us. We
boo,
finally.
boo, MJ, whoa,
Come
what,
on.
what?
Come on.
I don't, I don't understand. I don't. It does not
I don't
compute.
know. She kind
It
of
does.
wants to start a war. Maybe she's gonna have to be the one sleeping on the couch tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Are you gonna drop the big elbow? No.
No. She just got to the couch. I'm not happy with you.
Whoa.
Oh, there, couch
This
divided.
is
You know what I'm
this is the house war right here. Woo.
saying? Civil War happened early. Sheena said, never. Always go off the rails. But yeah, she just loves Emma Stone as Gwen Stacy and all that. So that's why she gets because I love Emma Stone too.
Did a good
So
job. Did a good
yeah. So keep on. You're on the couch tonight, Maria. Yeah, yep.
job.
Oh boy. But Kirsten Dunst, I thought she did I was a fan of hers already. I thought she did a fantastic job
Yeah.
being Mary Jane. So I thought she's a solid actress. She would have been a better Gwen Stacy.
Yeah.
But I thought she was fine with Mary Jane. I thought her chemistry with
With Toby.
what's Tobey Maguire, I thought it was pretty good. Some people say no,
I
but
think
I thought their chemistry was fine.
weren't they dating at one point? I thought they were
Yeah,
dating. Yeah.
they did date because all these stars have to date each other. I think every single Peter Parker
Well, yeah,
and
they do a
whoever,
movie, and they get so close so often that they
yeah, they
start
with
dating.
each other all the time and all that. Might as well, not as well.
Yeah.
She's right there, he's right there, and we, I don't know why.
Yeah.
Off the rails again, off the
I don't know
rails.
what
Two
you're
gun Patriots came in just in time for that. Pew 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 gun. Pew pew. So yeah, so I enjoyed Kirsten Dunst very much in it. I'm guessing you enjoyed her too as Mary Jane.
Yeah.
So we go on to Harry Osborn, but man, James Franco, which I think he's a solid actor too.
Yes.
I didn't
Totally.
think he did bad as Harry Osborn. I just thought he was too
Oh,
handsome to be Harry Osborn.
this is true. This is very true. You
That
got it.
was the
You
problem.
I'm like, really? Harry Osborn's got to look like this kid? Come on.
He can look more handsome than Peter Parker. I'm not saying Peter Parker's supposed to be, but still, like in the
Look
comics,
more,
Peter's more handsome than he is. You know what I mean?
Harry Osborn looking more handsome than Norman Osborn. What the hell?
Yeah.
You know? What the hell's going on, man?
What is
The
going
man-
on here, man?
Yeah.
What is Sam Raimi thinking?
What's going on, Sam?
Yo, Sam, you gotta talk to Sam. You know what I'm saying? You let him know, you guys are Sams. So
I need open line communication with the Sams. Yes.
no, I would thought you were like, oh hell yeah, like Stone Cold just now. Like,
Oh,
putting on.
hell.
That was last week. We had the wrestling
Yeah,
show
yeah, yeah,
last week, Sam. Come on.
yeah. No, but
Oh
James
boy,
Franco did a very good
fantastic.
job, you know. But I will say that I think he got better and better as this trilogy went along. So,
Yeah, playing the jealous.
mm,
I think a
yeah,
lot of this movie, like they start like you seen through this first movie moments with Peter Parker and
yeah,
his father and him
yes.
getting a little jealous and more jealous as it goes. You know what I'm saying? So it
It
was
added
more like
tension. There's tension.
yeah,
And, yeah,
yeah, the tension, of course,
yeah,
uh, because Peter took his father, he had to take his girl kind of way. But you
yeah,
know, we'll talk a little bit more about that later as we go talk about the movie. As not
yeah.
go too detailed, but we'll talk about the movie. But we both like James Franco as Harry Osborn, even though he was a little too handsome to be Harry Osborn. Too kind. I'm
It's
not
true.
gonna read that, but pew pew. Two guns to
Oh,
man.
man.
Oh boy. They get Twitter peated. Yep. Twitter peated. My word. I always use that because of the Bambi and all that. Are you Twitter peated? You know? So real quick, we both enjoy James Franco. Real
Yes.
quick, Cliff Robertson as Ben Parker. You know what I'm saying? He's no longer with us. We lost him in 2011.
Yes.
But I thought he was an amazing Ben Parker. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Broke my heart in the movie. You know what I'm saying?
Good.
When Peter Parker like goes off to do the wrestling stuff, and
Yeah.
he's like, they're having the chit chat and all that, and
Yeah.
he's like, "You're not my father." And he's like, "I know I'm not your father." He's like, "Yeah, you're not my father." You know what I'm saying? I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh,
Yeah. They had bad words spoken between each other, and then later on, Uncle Ben gets shot, and then Peter stumbles across him, and I'm sure that was part of the whole. He's upset because his last words were, bad with him.
and that's part of that Parker luck." You know what I mean? That's part of like,
Yeah.
and he taught him that. I mean, they kind of say it a little different in this movie. They say great power comes great responsibility, but it's really with great power must also come great responsibility. That's the real way of saying it. They kind of
Yes.
cut it, you know what I mean? But that was the message that always drives Peter Parker as Spider-Man. And
Yeah.
that's the one thing from the current movies that we didn't get. And I understand that people were tired of the whole origin story. But the
But
current movies, the one thing that's
you
missing
can
is the
still,
Ben Parker
yeah,
part.
that you should still have the message that's driving Peter Parker. Yeah.
Peter Parker for as long as he stays alive. It's always
Yeah.
whenever Parker falls off the rail of who he is, he
Yes.
always goes back to Uncle Ben, what Uncle Ben taught him. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
he may not have been his father, but he played a role, and he was
Yeah.
actually is his father. Doesn't have to be your biological father to be your father. You know what I mean? And that's what we learn. And this Aunt May is his mom. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So we get a lot of this, and in this movie, Sam Raimi does a good job um
Yeah.
telling us that story throughout
Yes.
this movie. And I thought fantastic, Ben. And then we go real quick. I'm sure you enjoyed him as Ben too. So
Yes.
that made me teary and all that every time I watch it.
Yeah.
Breaks my heart. He might be my favorite Ben Parker out of all the other Ben Parker. The other one was pretty cool too, but
Okay.
yeah, I forgot the other guy. We'll cover that movie another day.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Rosemary Harris
Uh,
as Mary,
oh.
Aunt May. You know what I'm saying? She's still with us. Thank the
Yes.
Lord. She's like 93 years old.
Uh,
She's Aunt May, man. She's
yeah.
Aunt May. Like
See, I mean,
nothing
come on.
against the other Aunt Mays, but
All right.
go ahead.
I mean,
Go.
okay. You want me to go? Okay, because I'll go. Because I know I get
Go.
Bueller likes to make fun of me because I say I like an old Aunt May. I don't like the younger Aunt. I mean, I like them, but Aunt May, growing up in the comic books, she's old, and in the movie, in the
Flat
Spider-Man
out, she's
movie,
old.
she she's she's great. She totally reminds me of my grandmother, and that just like made her like her performance was awesome and it's amazing. So
Yeah, she's Aunt May to me.
yeah, she
I
is.
enjoyed the current Aunt May. She's very hot, but I'm sure that's why Bueller loves her.
Well, yeah. She's hot, but no, I totally get that. I totally get
But
that.
no,
But
you're right. You're right. Um,
Aunt May,
uh, this was my favorite Aunt May. I think like I like her and the Spider-Man the animated series from the 90s. Cartoon
yeah,
Aunt May was pretty cool too. But awesome Aunt May. She warms your heart and all that, makes you feel better about life. And
she
we'll
says
move
so.
on because like
She's
well,
got some
yeah.
great. She's got some great like stuff to say to Peter to motivate him and make him think. So yeah.
Yeah, just like Maria says here, she's the perfect Aunt May to the comics. I agree.
Yes,
I agree.
yes,
Aunt May, you're the woman. You know what I'm saying?
right.
And my favorite part, like, this is my favorite cat. You already know where I'm going. You
I
already
think
know where my favorite cat. We don't get into the middle of the movie, literally the middle of the movie. But once
yeah,
I see his face, when I first saw him, he was the man.
he
My man,
was.
J.K. Simmons. Parker, where's my pictures of Spider-Man? You know?
Oh my God, I like what the heck, man? They totally did an amazing job making him look like J. Jonah Jameson, and they nailed it. They totally nailed it. This is I top five easily. One of the best comic version come to life of somebody. So,
I love his performance. He's like, yeah, who's this Spider-Man? I don't even care. He sold out the morning bugle sold out and then did sold out. I want them pictures of Spider-Man. Someone where's Brock? It's just like
yeah, yeah. And that
oh my
and
god.
and your wife is on line 3. No, I don't want to talk to
Yeah,
her
like,
right now.
I want to
Yeah,
It's just I love he was an
and,
amazing
and
go
again,
ahead.
as he went along in the movies, it he's just incredible, fantastic.
It was hard not to see him in the current movies because you
Yeah,
just wanted to see him. Like I don't think anybody. There's a few people you can't replace
yeah,
in these Marvel movies. And
yeah,
Chris Evans as Captain America. You know Tony Stark. Robert Downey Jr.
yeah,
Wolverine, Hugh Jackman.
yeah,
Those are all true, but the
yeah.
one character, the B character, you cannot replace it's J.K. Simmons as a Joe Jonah Jameson, and I can't even say his name because it makes me speechless. But I freaking love it, man, and I can't wait to see him in the future. How he's gonna be in the future movies. So yeah, let's go. Some more J.K. Simmons. I thought he was okay as Commissioner Gordon in Batman. He was decent job, but I see Jonah so much in him that it's hard for me to see him as another type of character like that. I can see him in other movies that'd be fine, but you know what I mean?
You see this? You see this? Batman and Spider-Man button heads.
Yeah.
Come on.
You know, I always gotta put my Batman references. I do the same thing when I talk Batman. I talk Spider-Man. So those are my two guys. You know, I can't help it. It's like Stone Cold and The Rock at the time. That's her. You know what I'm saying? What are you gonna do? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Mario and Sonic. You know what I'm saying? I know Fable's like Mario. But we'll talk more about J.K. Simmons and Parker. Give me some more pictures of Spider-Man. You know what I mean? So we get some more. We'll talk more Jonah in future movies and all that. We gotta keep moving on because I thought Robert Robertson. I mean, what's his name?
Yeah, I know.
Robbie Robertson.
Robbie
Robertson. I forgot who plays him. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to remember who plays him. But what do you think about that character playing Robert?
I thought he was really awesome. He did a really great job. And one thing about his character in the comic book, I always suspected that he might possibly have figured out who Spider-Man is. So
Yeah. I don't. You think they portrayed that a little bit in this movie?
A little.
Not really, right? You think a little? You think so? Not too much, but maybe a little. So, but you see him defending Spider-Man a little bit in there, so they caught a little bit of that. And last but not least, because there's so many other characters we could talk about, but we talk about Elizabeth Banks as Betty Brant. You know what I mean? What do you think of her as Betty Brant? What?
A small part. She looked great. She looked the part. She pulled it off. Yeah, she did great.
Yeah. The only thing it's funny because she's close to Tobey Maguire's age, but they made her look a lot older than him. You know what I'm saying? Like she's only like in the comics only like a year older than him. Like she's fresh out of high school. You know what I mean? She didn't even get to finish high school. You know, so it's just like. Yeah, so I was like, I thought it was a little awkward when Peter Parker came up to her. He's like, "Yeah, I'm a photographer." She's like, "Yeah, I know." She wanted no part of him. She didn't even care.
Get this kid out of here.
Let's get this kid out of here. I'll give you the money and all that. So yeah. So there goes the cast. I enjoy this movie overall. You know what I'm saying? So I guess we can go a little bit about the plot. What do you think about the origin story? How they set up the origin story? Were you happy the way they went into the museum and all that?
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah, I was happy about it. I was like, man, the guys kept on bumping Peter Parker and he's trying to take pictures, you know, and then Mary Jane's there, and he's like, "You want to take a picture of her for the paper, school paper, and all this stuff." And then here comes Spider. Bloop.
Boom.
Yeah.
And then he gets that big spider bite.
Yeah, big. Yeah. You gotta get that looked at.
That's when he turned. Yeah, you gotta get that look at, but he doesn't, right?
You just running around with a big old thing on your hand like that? Come on.
Yeah. I mean, I like the way they portray how Peter Parker gets bullied, how he's running up
catch the bus.
Forget what to catch the bus in Queens. I forgot the exact because they Mary Jane said Woodhaven Boulevard, but that wasn't Woodhaven Boulevard. Woodhaven Boulevard is all the way on the other side of Queens.
So they messed up for the movie. They didn't know that Herm was going to be there to catch that.
Yeah, that's that actually like not even in Forest Hills. I think it's a little more towards I could be wrong, but I've driven through there a few times. It
Yeah.
actually heads towards Astoria around there, stuff like that. So but I love watching those streets. So I drove through those streets. I walked through those streets. So it was awesome to see those streets and also see him running after the bus, and they're making even the bus drivers making fun of him. You know, what I mean, poor Peter Parker, right?
Like, what the heck? Why is the bus driver being mean too? What the heck's up with that?
Yeah, it's just like, oh, jerks.
I'm
You
like,
know what I mean? Then you have
that's not very professional. I mean, come on.
then you have um after that he gets his powers, all that happened.
Yeah.
And then you see that whole scene in the lunchroom where he's sitting down and his web shooters
Yes.
shoots
Yeah.
he shoots his lunch and he
Hang on.
tries
No, wait, hang on. First, he catches Mary Jane. Remember, yes, she's
yeah, that famous scene. The
and then
spider
he catches
senses.
her, and he catches all the food on the thing, and she's like, oh, and then she's like, oh, you're,
Nice catch. You know what I mean?
I think she makes a comment about his eyes or something too. Yeah.
So you got beautiful blue eyes, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and I'm like, oh, his heart's melting because she look all pretty, all smiling at him and stuff.
Yeah.
But he, you know, like the nerd, the genius he is, like he's very shy.
Yeah.
He loves her. He's been in love with her since 4th grade. At least that's what they say in the movie.
Yes.
He had nothing to say to her. You know what I mean? It's just like he couldn't. He was like froze. I remember those moments as a kid that you want to your crush, you can't even say hi to them. You know what I mean?
But I mean, you know, he's got like the fork. The fork is stuck to to his hand, and he's unsticking it, and then the webbing hits the thing, and he's like, oh, hope nobody's watching.
Yeah. But he goes out with the lunch and then hits who did he hit?
Flash Thompson.
Thompson with Flash Thompson. We didn't even talk about Flash Thompson, but he hits them, and it's the current husband of Sofia Vergara now, I think. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's a deep cut. I didn't.
Okay. Yeah. I forgot his name. Anybody who remember his name, let me know in the chat.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is that
he played?
Is that Steve Magnolia or something? What's his name? Joe Magnolia.
Yeah, he played
Joe
Magnolia. He played Deathstroke. Yeah.
Okay, Joe. Okay, yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah, he played Deathstroke and stuff like that. And so when I saw him, I was like, oh yeah, he was in this movie. I forgot. And he was like, come on, Peter.
In his younger days, yeah.
Yeah, his younger days, and he's like, come on, Peter. And Peter's making flips and all that, and Mary Jane's like, Harry, help him. And he goes to Mary Jane. Which one?
Like, yeah, which one? Yeah. But
I thought they caught that great. That whole scene with the high school scene, I enjoyed it so much. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was pretty good. Yeah, as long after that, he gets all cocky, just like the origin. I thought this was a perfect origin story because he goes and he sees he sees Mary Jane has problem with her dad and all that. He takes out the trash, and she's outside. They start talking.
Yes.
Go ahead. What does he start saying to her? He's like,
I think it's it's so cool that they live next to each other, and so he's always had Peter Parker's always had a crush on Mary Jane since they were little, probably, and they grew up together, and so they can easily probably talk to each other every now and then.
Yeah, he's telling you, you'd be great, because they're worrying about what they're gonna do after graduation. Yeah, and it's like, oh, you were great in that play, and she's like, that was 4th grade, Peter. And they were having a moment. That's where Flash Thompson honks the horn. Look at my
He's
new
got,
car, my birthday present.
he's got a car, fancy car. Yeah,
That Parker look.
yeah.
Then of course Peter looks at as he looks at the Porsche.
Yeah.
It's 40,000. He can't afford that, so he goes down to like 5,000. He's like, oh, I could do that.
I can really do that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So he starts. This is where he starts everything. He starts getting ready, getting a suit together, and
Starts
all
drawing.
that. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
start drawing all that. Then this is where Ben takes him. You know, he didn't want Ben to take him. I'll do it myself because they had an argument because Peter missed his curfew. You know,
Peter's like, I'm
painting.
going to the library. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't understand, Uncle Ben, and that's when they had that talk because he was out for the wrestling match, and Ben dropped him off to the library, but he wasn't going to the library.
Yeah.
He was going to fight. You know what I'm saying? He ends up and he's like, what are you gonna be? He's like the human spider. He's like, oh, that's shit. The Amazing Spider-Man. So that guy goes there. He's like the human spider. You know what I mean?
And you know who that guy is, right?
The guy that the announcer.
Yeah, you know who that is. Come on, you know who that is.
Who is that? Who is that? Tell me. I don't know. Who is that? Tell me.
That's that Campbell guy, Bruce Campbell.
Yep.
Yeah. You know, evil Dead, Army of Darkness. Yeah.
Yeah, all that. Yeah. Because when you watch that movie, you're like, oh, he looks familiar.
And
you know what I'm saying?
He's got like a part in each of those movies.
He does. Yeah. Like, and he loses his job because of Spider-Man in each and every one or something like that, right?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Oh man.
But
he like. Well, we'll talk about that in the future. But
who did he end up wrestling?
He had a cage match. But Bonesaw. I got me and Missy like loves talking about this part so much. What is he saying? He's like, I got you for 3 seconds. For 3 minutes, you're mine.
Yes.
I got you for 3 minutes.
You ain't going nowhere.
You ain't going nowhere.
It's a cage match on top of it. So.
It's a cage match, and he's just like, you know what I mean?
I didn't sign up for this. Go on.
And I just love it because he's just like, I got you for 3 minutes. You ain't going nowhere. I was trying to do the voice right now. My voice is not there right now, but everybody knows I like doing the Macho Man voice. But you know, Macho Man, classic. Rest in peace, my man. That was awesome. You know what I mean? And of course, he beats him up in less than 3 minutes. And then the whole, you want to say what happens after?
Well, he's supposed to get, I think, was it $3,000? He's supposed to get like $3,000.
Yeah.
And what?
$3,000.
And he only gets what, like 100, 200?
100. He's like, yeah. He's like, the ad said 3 minutes. He said you're supposed to last. The ad said 3,000. He's like, you're supposed to last 3 minutes. You lasted 2 minutes.
You pinned him in 2. Yeah.
You pinned him in 2 or something like that.
Yeah, something like
so,
that.
so he's just like, what he says, what's the line that he says? See that I care or something like that. Or
he was like, Peter Parker is like, oh, I want that, the full amount. He's like, and the guy's like, oh, I missed where that's my problem.
I missed where that's my problem.
And then later on,
in the scene in the elevator scene where he runs away, he could have stopped and he didn't. The guy's like, thank you for not stopping him. And he's like, oh man, you could have made mincemeat out of him. Why didn't you stop him?
And he said,
and then that's line again.
That's my problem. Yeah.
And then he looks at him like, and he walks away.
Yeah.
But that was where he learned his lesson. Because there's a shooting, and he runs in front of the library. The shooting in front of the library, he runs after, get out of my way. And it was Uncle Ben. He got shot.
Uncle Ben, yeah.
and he starts crying. Uncle Ben sees him. What I don't remember. I don't think he got to say anything. He just like looks at Peter,
No,
smiles.
you know, he did get a he said Peter, and then pretty much that's
That's
it.
it.
Yeah.
He smiled at him. He was happy to see Peter. At least be the last person he sees before he passed away, which
Yeah.
had me all teary. You know what I mean? I was just like,
Yeah.
"Come on, man, Ben."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, of course, you hear the shooting. It's at a warehouse. So,
So he
no, wait,
changes.
wait.
Yeah.
Actually, the shooting's on the run, and he chases them to a warehouse. Right? It's a
Yeah.
little
Yeah.
different from the comics.
He's driving in a car, in the stolen car, Uncle Ben's stolen car. Yeah.
Ben stolen car. Yeah, that's why the reason why he shot Uncle Ben to get the car.
Yeah.
And yeah, he gets in there, and then like he sees him, breaks his hand, he falls over, but he doesn't kill him. But
No.
he falls over because of the momentum. He falls.
Yeah.
I don't think he even dies. I think he gets knocked out or something.
Yeah.
But he runs away. He goes home. He goes to Aunt May and all that. They cry together, which is one of
Yeah.
those scenes that always gets me when I see it. Always
Yeah.
touches me. You know,
Yeah.
poor Aunt May. You know what I mean? And we just established we love that Aunt May.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So that happens. The funeral happens for it, and not too long after that, graduation happens. Everything happens that quick. You know what I mean?
And
They talk about. Go ahead.
yeah,
Go ahead.
Peter got the science. What the science? Uh, what is it? Science something. He got the award.
The
Something like.
Science Achievement Award or something like that. He congratulates him.
And so Norman Osborn is so proud of Peter and stuff.
But not his son. Like he says, "I'm proud of you, son," but then he
He's
goes over
proud
to
of him.
Peter.
But yeah, he talks more to Peter and stuff. I'm like, what? So
Yeah, this is where you start getting that jealousy,
yeah,
right, and all that. And soon after that graduation, he misses Pete. He misses Ben to Aunt May. Show that scene, and then after that, you see the whole scene. And now they're adults and all that in the city, the great city of New York, where Mary Jane has, he runs
she
into Mary Jane.
and she's
Go
coming
ahead.
from a job at a diner. Yes, but she's trying to
Yeah,
hide it. She's hiding it at first. Yeah,
yeah, she hides it. She's ashamed, and she's like, "Oh no, yeah, I'm doing a great job at actress." And then
yeah.
the guy comes out, "Oh, you stiffed me off the tip, la 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 la, don't let it happen again." And she starts yelling at the guy.
Watson.
Yeah. But she shows that she's in the waitress, and
Yeah.
Peter Parker don't care. He love her for whatever. She's like, "Don't tell Harry," and then he's Harry. He finds out there that they're dating.
Yeah.
Not cool. Cause they're roommates. You know what I mean? Because in graduation they talk about being roommates, kind of like what happened in the comics and all that. And yeah, so like he ends up finding out through Willem Dafoe and Harry's like, "Well, you never made a move, Parker. You know." It's just like this guy's a handsome dude. He's got all this money. He could have had anybody, but he goes after his best friend's a crush. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Exactly.
Which, if it was love at first sight, that's one thing. But Mary Jane, and they really didn't love each other like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Pretty good.
yes. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You know what I mean? I'm just like, come on, Harry. So skipping some parts because we're not gonna go through the whole movie.
Yeah.
We get the scene, the quick scene where what was it? Spider-Man. He becomes Spider-Man. Then we had that famous scene in the alleyway.
Where it's raining and he has to
Yeah.
beat up the dudes. And I thought he looked really pretty badass kicking those guys' butts, I gotta say, in the rain. And he didn't have the mask on. He's kind of in the shadows. He was like, And then he tries to slip away, and then he tries to slip away, and then Mary Jane's like, wait.
Wait. You
Yeah.
keep saving me, because he saved
Yeah.
it before, because when the Green Goblin first came out into the big parade or whatever it was, he fell off a thing and all that. He saved her before, because Green Goblin wanted revenge against all his Oscorp. They were taking it away. So he stole the glider, killed everyone. We didn't even go origin story of the Green Goblin. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? He takes a serum in the lab. He turns into the Green Goblin. He gets revenge out of everybody. Kills his shareholders. You know what I mean? Yeah.
He killed the guy. He's like, back to formula.
He ends up killing him.
Yeah.
And I just love Willem Dafoe with his face.
Yeah.
He throws pumpkin bombs everywhere. He almost kills his own son with his girlfriend.
True.
Sort of girlfriend. And then that's where Peter Parker saves her. And then the second time in the alleyway, he saves her again. You see Mary Jane all drenched. You know what I'm saying? You see a wet t-shirt with it's very revealing. You know what I mean? But we won't go there.
Come on now, PG. PG, let's not get crazy.
PG, go back, PG.
Come on.
We go back. Okay, go. Back to.
But it's a famous upside down kiss. There you go.
The famous upside down kiss. She plants a big one on him. He's like, no, wait. But you know he ain't gonna stop her. She puts on the mask, like not all the way, and gives him a passionate kiss. You know what I'm saying? Harry, eat your heart out. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
And then swings away. He swings away, so he saves her like twice and all that. So she falls in love with Spider-Man.
Of course.
And all that. There's the Thanksgiving Day parade. The parade already happened. The Thanksgiving Day happened, where they plan a whole dinner. Harry plans with
Aunt May's cooking this humongous turkey. That turkey was huge.
So before the two main guys, the Green Goblin, Norman Osborn, and Peter Parker, are late because they had a battle before.
At a fire. There's a fire. Building that was on fire and stuff, and he's tried to hit him with all these batarang.
Yeah, there's a pumpkin. He had the pumpkin bomb because he faked being a lady crying. So he went in to save a building on fire, and he was like, help me! He goes in there, and it was the Green Goblin.
Green Goblin trying to turn into the Joker here. What's going on?
He throws pumpkin bombs. He throws pumpkin like razors.
Yeah,
he ends up slicing his arm.
Yeah.
So as they go home, Norman gets there before him. Peter Parker shows up on top and makes a thumping sound.
They hear him upstairs.
Yeah. So they go over real quick. You know what I mean?
Oh.
And Peter Parker's in the ceiling bleeding, and they don't see nothing. They leave.
He's got some
blood pours down.
Yeah. And somehow Norman
falls to the floor.
I was like, man, Norman has super hearing now? Okay, I don't remember
I want to
super hearing, but okay.
Yeah. He looks down
and he sees the
blood. He's like, then he looks up, nobody there. He looks out the window, nobody there.
But he's like underneath. Right. Yeah.
And then Peter Parker shows up in the front door, and they're, oh, Peter, you're here, yay! And then Peter, you're here, and then they're having dinner, and then Aunt May goes, what happened? You're bleeding, Peter.
Yeah.
And he says, oh yeah, I was a busboy hit me and sliced me. And then that's when Norman goes, a busboy?
A bike messenger clipped him or something.
Bike messenger, there you go. Yeah. That's why there's two of us, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the bike messenger cut him. Willem Dafoe puts two and two, Norman Osborn puts two and two together.
He's like, I gotta go.
I gotta go. So he goes, and then Harry's like, I set this thing up so you can meet my girl. And they go outside the hall. And he's
And
like,
then
oh, you see one, you seen a million of them. You know, she just do what you gotta do and ditch her or something like that.
and no, he's like, get what you want from her, and then groom her. Yeah,
And then boom, there you go. That's the word he did. It was like, oh
yeah,
shit. And
yeah.
like, I was
I
like,
was
damn.
I was like, damn, really, Norman? Damn. Okay. Uh,
And then Aunt May's like, oh, Mary Jane. And she's like,
yeah.
and she starts
She got.
crying. Harry goes, uh, and she goes, Harry, you gonna let him talk to me like that? He's like, he's a busy man. You don't understand. And oh, I understand. And she leaves, and she says sorry to Aunt May, and she storms out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Harry's pissed, and then and Peter and Mary Jane's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then comes the scene we were talking about where he talks to the mask. You know, when
Yeah.
Norman Osborn talks to the mask. He's like, you must do what you gotta do. Get it where it hurts. It's hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then like, then they go out. He goes after Aunt May,
Aunt May. Yeah.
destroys the roof.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
see Ben, a picture of Ben Parker
Yeah.
actually he has a Yankee hat, which is kind of wrong. Sam Raimi must be a Yankee fan because Ben Parker is a Mets fan. You know what I'm saying? Because they're from
Yeah. I
Queens
remember
and
that. Yeah. I remember
Forest Hills.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, I knew that right away because I read that cover. I already forgot his name. That Beto Ramos drew on Spectacular Spider-Man. I think it
Yes.
was Beto Ramos. They had
Yes.
this famous Mets issue where
Yeah.
Peter Parker was a kid, and
Yeah.
the Mets used to lose a lot, and then when they
Remember that.
finally won in '86, and he was excited. Oh, they finally won! You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's how I knew about that. But Sam Raimi's a Yankee fan. I say, you made a Yankee fan.
Yeah.
Small nugget for people. Um, Scares the crap out of Aunt May. She ends up in the hospital. Peter runs over there. Oh, he's like, oh, he knows. And you know, this is where he's like he couldn't help it. You know what I mean? And what was the scene after that? Because they had a fighting scene, and then the Norman after that he runs towards the Green Goblin to find him. He
Yeah.
finds him, and then Norman Osborn beats him up and makes him an offer to
Yes.
join him.
Yeah.
So he finds out he's Peter Parker. You know, as Norman Osborn, he loves
Yeah.
Peter Parker, so he asks him to join him. You know, he starts patting him in the head. You can join me. You know what I mean?
Come on. You need to stop. You need to stop all this nonsense heroics. Come on, join me.
Yeah. Come on,
Yeah.
join me.
Yeah.
Exactly what he says. I was like, yo, this guy's killing it right now. Of course, Peter says no. He ends up back in the hospital and talks to Aunt May, and then Mary Jane comes in and all
Yes.
that, and they have that nice talk together.
Yes.
Peter Parker and MJ, and then MJ says she's in love with somebody else,
Yeah.
and Peter's like, really? I don't know. He saved my life twice, and then Peter Parker's, oh, that guy.
Yeah.
And she's like, "You making fun of me? No, no, no." I'm like, "No, no, I know him." Peter's like, "I know him a little bit." You know, "Oh yeah," and what he say about me? And he starts telling his feelings about her and all that. And then while Aunt May's pretending to be sleeping, and she's all smiling because
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
knows Peter loved her since he was little.
Yeah.
They were little, and they were getting, like he talks about her eyes and all that, and she's like, Mary Jane's now falling in love with Peter Parker right there. Like,
Yeah.
it was always there. Then that's when Harry Osborn comes in and sees like them holding hands a little bit, and then they were like this.
Yeah.
Oh, Harry, how you doing? She's like, and then he's like, instead of going like Aunt May, because he had flowers for Aunt May. Instead of going to hi Aunt May and all that, he just looked in with that on his face.
Like what?
Where he ends up going to Daddy, and what's he say to Daddy? Do you remember what he says to Daddy?
Oh man. now you're putting me on the spot here. I forget.
He was like Peter Parker, Dad, because what they talked about before, he was like, Dad, you're right about MJ. He's like, what happened?
Oh,
Harry?
okay. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
And he's like, she's in love with Peter Parker. Really? Why? And he's like, oh, well, Peter's loved her since the fourth grade and all that. And this is why they finally bond over this
Yeah.
whole thing. Don't worry, Harry. We're gonna make this right. And in his head, he's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So after that scene, they bond and all that. Finally have a father and son moment.
Yeah.
He goes after MJ now. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But how Peter finds out is he's talking with Aunt May in the hospital room, and Aunt May is like, "Oh, so you and MJ finally talked," and she was eavesdropping. Oh, you were eavesdropping, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. You loved her since this, and then he realizes Peter Parker. Oh shit, you know what I mean? He ends
Yeah.
up going over to the phone. You know what I mean? Going over the phone to call MJ. She doesn't pick up because that old school messenger, you know, the answering service
Yeah.
and all that.
Yeah.
And you got the old school answering service up in there, and beep after the beep or whatever it is, and he's talking. Just call me MJ and all that. And William, if I keep saying that, Norman Osborn Green Goblin goes, hey, she's with me. You know what I'm saying? Meet me here. And what happens next? Sam, you remember?
Well, you know, he's got Mary Jane, you know, and then he's doing all
On
this
on the bridge,
destruction up on the.
kind of
Is it
like Gwen
is that
Stacy.
supposed to be? Is that supposed to be the Brooklyn Bridge?
It
Or
looked like the Manhattan Bridge to me. It looked like the Manhattan Bridge a little bit to me.
okay.
I don't know if that was the Queensboro Bridge. It didn't look like it. I could be wrong.
I mean,
Or
you should know. You
I should know, right? I should know. But it didn't look like the Brooklyn Bridge to me. I was kind of confused when I was watching it. I was like, which bridge was this again? I had a total brain fart when I was watching it. But
but it's pretty
it
amazing.
technically supposed to be the Washington Bridge.
Yes.
But cause
Yes.
a lot of people think it's the Brooklyn Bridge where Gwen died. It's really the Washington Bridge. They just made a mistake with the art in the comic book.
Yeah.
But to each his own, right? But
Yeah.
anyway, they go on the bridge scene and she falls, but she doesn't die like Gwen Stacy.
No.
Peter saves her. You know what I mean? But what
And
happens?
he has to save these people on a it's like a tram. They're in a thing.
Yeah,
And
they're in the Rosary Field trolley, which now I
okay.
remember they're in the Queensboro Bridge because that's where that thing is. I didn't recognize it because the new bridge it's painted a new color. That's the old color of that bridge, not that I remember. Yeah.
Okay,
So
cool. Okay.
there
But
you
yeah,
go. Thank you.
those people get saved because a boat came, you know, and then there's a bunch of people up on the bridge and they start tossing bricks down at the Green Goblin and stuff. Remember that?
Yeah. Because he was just like he's trying to save both of them because he gave him an ultimatum to save Mary Jane or
Yeah.
save the kids. So he had Mary Jane in one, holding her through
Yeah.
the web
And
shooter, and then he had the big metal line with the
yeah.
kids, and then he was like, and then right when he was about to kill Peter Parker, they all
Oh,
start throwing stuff at him, hit him in
yeah.
his hand. They're like, and one guy with a Met hat, he's like, hey, he's trying to save some kids. What's wrong with that? If you mess with one of us, you mess with all of us. You know what I'm saying? It's just like they showed a little bit.
I think that's really cool because you know what? That's also a part of the comic books is that when you show like New York and the people of New York are like a kind of like a character in the comic books a lot of
It
times.
is.
So it's pretty cool.
Very good analogy, and that's what it is. Like, and it shows that New York, when they're going to get stuff, they stand together. You know what I'm saying? This is what this scene. That scene was funny. This is where this scene was like amazing. It did show New York strong there. You know what I mean? Like when the going gets tough, it's kind of thing. You know. So especially it was great after 911 and all that. There was still a lot of love in there and all that. So it was a sleepy station, my man. And so yeah, I love that whole scene.
Yeah.
He was able to save Mary Jane and the kids. Then he gets flinged all the way to a abandoned warehouse. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Goes through the brick and all that. And what else happened? I'll let you do this
Okay.
finale with them two fighters.
He gets flung through the bricks and stuff, and then Green Goblin is just going nuts. He's hitting them, doing all these punches, and kicks, and he hit him with the pumpkin bomb. It
in the face.
Yeah, he went, and then so like part of his mask is off, and stuff, and then he's Spider-Man. Peter Parker.
Real quick, what do you think?
Okay.
What do you think of the sound effects for the pumpkin bomb? Because it had a sound effects. I don't think the comics ever showed a sound effects for pumpkin bomb, but did you notice that?
Yeah. I thought they did a really good job showing you. It's a kind of quiet, but then it blows up and it's like louder and stuff. So it's cool.
Okay, keep going. I know. I go ahead. So all that happens.
So Spider-Man, Peter Parker, he's trying to web, and then Green Goblin is like somehow he's able to like cut through the little web thing that he's putting up, and he presses him up against the wall, and then he's threatening, Mary Jane. He's like, "Oh, Mary Jane and I are gonna have a good time." Yeah. That's when Peter Parker, you can see there's fire in his eyes, and he starts to get angrier and starts to get more aggressive.
Starts wailing at him.
Yeah.
Starts wailing at him, and right when he has him down, and
he's
go ahead. Don't do it, Peter. And then his voice changes to Norman Osborn. Peter,
it's
I
me,
was like
Peter.
a father to you. It's me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I couldn't control myself, kind of way. And then, what was he really up to? What was he really up to?
He was trying to be all sneaky and trying to get his goblin glider in position to stab Peter in the back. So, yeah.
And they kind of take this a little bit from the comics.
Yes, they do.
Peter Parker has the spider senses, which Norman doesn't know about.
Yeah. He has a flip.
He goes.
Okay, no, go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm trying to get an echo. Like I thought.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Well, I'll just say he does a flip. He does a flip, and it's crazy because he does the flip, and then Norman sees the glider coming at him, and he's like, oh, or something. What does he say? He says, oh, or something like that, and it hits him in the chest, and he's dead.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly what he says, but he also says, Peter, don't tell Harry.
Oh yeah, that's right. He did say that.
So Peter, just I'm gonna mute you for a second. So, see if that helps. Mute you. Okay. So Peter, real quick, acknowledges that, like in the comics, he feels bad for Harry and all that, and the goodness of his heart he brings Norman Osborn off the suit. Because in the comics, they kind of do the same thing where he doesn't tell people he's Norman Osborn to Harry, so he takes him off the suit. And back in the Remeda days, the senior movie days. So it brings him back, lays him in the bed, and walks in. Um, Harry Osborn sees Spider-Man. He's like, "What are you doing here?" Ah! And then Spider-Man leaves Norman Osborn dead in the thing, and that's how it ends. Right at the funeral, you know what I'm saying? And Harry Osborn goes to Peter. Peter, you the only family I got. He's like, sorry for your loss. You must be no. I want revenge on Spider-Man. I want vengeance. It's his fault. He killed my father and stuff like. So now he's got in for Spider-Man and all that, and then also tells Peter that like he's like a brother to him. He's all he's got, all the family he's got. So like, here you go, Peter Parker. You know what I mean? Great Park must also come great responsibility. The Parker luck all comes in and all that, and of course, it reminds me of Ben Parker. He goes over to the tombstone. As he goes over the tombstone, Mary Jane comes in, and then she goes, "You must miss him, right?" He's like, "Yeah." So, she faces him. She goes, "Peter, I'm in love with you. It's always been you." And she pours her heart out towards him, and he's like, "Yeah, I can be with you, but just as a friend." She's like, "Just a friend, Peter Parker?" And then she starts crying. He's like, "Yeah, that's all I could get." Because in his mind, just like he can't put her life in danger because he's Spider-Man, the Parker luck people around him die. You know that he can't chance her for that. And then that, my friend, is how it ends with Peter Parker crying over. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. I'm muted. Go ahead.
There you go. Now, but I just wanted to say Mary Jane and Peter kiss, and when she says
There
that
you
she
go.
loves him, hang on, and that she kissed him, and then he's like, "I will always be there for you. I will be your friend," and he walks away, and Mary Jane is like, it looks like she can tell that something about when she kissed him, something that triggered a memory of when she kissed Spider-Man. So there you go. So I think she kind of thought maybe he could be Spider-Man. I don't know. So right?
Yeah, yeah. So yeah.
Yeah.
So she doesn't know completely if it's him, but she's already has it in her head. Where did I get that kiss from? I don't think she completely recognizes him yet, but she thinks it's possible now. It's in her head, and that sets up for the next movie, which we will cover next. A lot of people's favorite movie, number 2, will be our next movie next month. We're covering. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
I was just saying I'm looking forward to when we do Spider-Man 2.
Yeah. So yeah, that was the movie, guys.
Yeah.
That was the movie. I hope everybody enjoy as much as we did through this whole movie. I thought it was a lot of fun. It stinks that the echo still came. So I tried it on my iPad now. It doesn't matter on my iPad or my phone. For whatever reason, the audio goes poof. And and what can we do? But yeah, you guys. Next one we're covering Spider-Man number 2. That was the Doc Ock, was the main villain in this one, and I can't wait to cover that with you, Sam. This was a lot of fun covering the Spider-Man movie, even though we got the echoes in the end. Man, great movie. I'm gonna rate this movie. I mean, I don't know if we had to rate it. You know what I mean? It's easy for me. 5 backlogs for me, because it's the first nostalgia hit me big time with this one, and the other one might get it too. But this is what we're gonna do. We'll rate this one. What do you rate it, Sam?
I'm going to rate it 5 tango webs.
5 tango. That's fine with me. That's fine with me. So yeah, guys, thanks for doing this. We're not done yet. We're almost done with the show. Everybody knows what my favorite part of the show is. You know what I'm saying? We love it. We we enjoy it all the time. That beautiful sight, show and tell. And let me put our thing back up there. So Sam, you want to go first, or you want me to go first? You go first.
There you go. Okay. So I got some books. Yeah, I got some books. I got the Marvels #4. Got that. I got, let's see, Black Cat #9. Uh, Crazy stuff happening in this book. Can't wait to read it. Miles Morales, Spider-Man Annual. Huh? Pretty good. And we got Iron Man #11. It's pretty cool. And last but certainly not least, Kane #1. This is a RB Sylvia variant cover, so that's pretty cool. And also, can't forget, boom. And guess what? I'm looking forward to doing Spider-Man 2. That's going to be awesome. So that's it. That's it for me. Go ahead, Herm.
Oh man, did you get to finish, Sam? All right, all right. So can you hear me? Cause I had to pull out. I didn't get to see your whole show and tell because I pulled out. So can you unmute it to see if we're still echoing? Hello, hello,
Okay.
echo,
Hello, hello,
echo,
hello.
echo,
Echo.
still echo. Still echo. Yeah. I think,
Is it?
hello, hello, hello. Hello. Yeah, I'm still echoing. I'm still. I tried. I tried. So yeah, I have to like go on the rewind and watch what you showed. Um. So I want to give myself the floor real quick. How you doing, everyone? Show and tell, my favorite part of the show. I'm gonna show real quick all the Blu-rays from the Spider-Man movie. I hope you guys can hear me pretty well. Of course, I showed this earlier. Spider-Man 1. You know what I'm saying? The famous kiss right there. You know what I'm saying? The famous kiss that we talked about outside. I got the slip, guys. I got the slip on this one. You know what I'm saying? Got the slip. This was part 1 right here. Of course, part 2. This is the one we're covering next. This one got the slip too, guys. The slip too. Right there with James Franco, the famous scene that we'll talk about. You know what I'm saying? When that time comes. I hope we did the first movie due diligence, and I hope I'm probably gonna be like after the show, I forgot to mention this. I got the third one. This one I picked up on sale. It's not like the same series as this, so I don't have the digital code, but I'm still waiting for the but I still got the slip. You know what I'm saying? That's the original of 3. I know this is people's least favorite, but I think Amazing Spider-Man 2 beat this one as the worst Spider-Man movie. But we'll rank that in the future. But right here, I did love some parts of #3. I still got the slip for that one. Amazing Spider-Man #1. I did enjoy this one. You know, it wasn't the greatest, but I love Emma Stone over that. A lot of the scenes with Andrew Garfield and her, great chemistry and all that. Got the slip with this one, guys. Impressive, right? I got the slip. Oh boy, I love having fun with the slip part. Amazing Spider-Man 2. We will cover this movie. I don't know if we're gonna love this movie too much. You know what I'm saying? I got the slip. Sam is just like, no. Not looking forward to that one, right? And this came out, I enjoyed it. A lot of people always say, this is Iron Man Jr. So some haters, you know what I mean? But I love Homecoming. I love Tom Holland. I think he's a great combination of Peter Parker and Spider-Man. Did a wonderful job in this movie, and we got Michael Keaton. You know what I'm saying? That Vulture was freaking fantastic in this movie. Really enjoyed it. A little different from what we get in the Spider-Mans, but still enjoyed the MCU Spider-Man so much. And keep on keeping on. Far From Home. We got the slip. Of course, everybody's seeing these are the 4Ks. See? So I want to get the other ones in 4K. I can't help it. So I can also get the digital codes free. So, you know, I love the digital codes. Far From Home. Love my man. What's his name? Mysterio, which is Sam's favorite villain. You know what I mean? Jake Gyllenhaal. There you go. Great job doing that. I think he was fantastic because everybody knows he's a villain, but he still convinced you that he was good in the movie. But everybody knew he was bad. The way he did the heel turn. Loved it. Love how they did it. And this other movie might be next to the first Spider-Man movie, which in my heart's my favorite. But if I had to pick a favorite movie, a lot of people will probably not pick Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Maybe a lot of people would, because this movie was very surprising. The only movie I think my wife came to see twice in the movie theater, right here. Oh, one of the Harry Potter movies we did because they re-bought them out. But Into the Spider-Verse, fantastic movie. I loved it. Had to show this. I hope we cover it one day too, Sam. I know, like, let me bring them back in here. Take me out of the solo. You know what I'm saying? You enjoyed this movie too, right, Sam?
I love that movie. It's awesome. In fact, I might even watch it tonight. You never know.
Awesome. It probably be months before we cover it. You know what I mean? But I'm not finished my show until I just wanted to talk to you about that movie. But can't wait. I want to cover that movie with you. Can't wait to cover that. It will be months later, but we'll definitely cover it. I'm gonna give myself the floor again because I do want to talk about I got a small AOK from brother and sister Joe. You know what I'm saying? They got the package over the weekend. Thank you, brother and sister Joe. I'm going to read the letter real quick. It says, Herm's Station. Here's your comic. It's not in a real good shape. The other for Maria. I'll show you what they mean. Hope you both enjoy them. Love, sister Joe. She says, go Steelers. And then, of course, there's Spider-Man saying Bobby De La Ghetto. And Vision saying go Chiefs. So that's like Brother Joe going, go Chiefs. So awesome letter. Awesome. Spider-Man's in the bottom and all that. Thank you, Sister Joe. You know what I mean? And of course, this is the Suicide Squad comic from AMC. Thank you so much for this. I'm not able to get this because I didn't get the AMC IMAX or whatever. And then here in New York, when they show comic books and that, you barely see it. It disappears somehow. You know what I mean? But wonderful. Thank you so much for this one. And of course, this next one is from the Black Widow movie. This was for my wife, and I'll show you why. But the prelude for the IMAX one, AMC. If you pre-ordered it through IMAX, you got this comic. They were able to get me a copy, but I didn't get just one copy. This was the nice copy, right? I'm going to open it up because Brother Joe got jokes. There was a comic story where he found a comic and it was all drenched in the trash and all that. So he felt the need to, I'll get you that one, man. You know what I mean? It's all like, oh, look at that. Look, what am I supposed to do with this, Brother Joe? What am I supposed to do with this? Come on, man. Come on. What's going on? Guys, I don't know if I could bring this to the Rogue Trader, so he could press. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he might save it. You know, press and clean. I don't know if he can say it's all wrinkly, but it still gets a brand new bagging board out of me because it's the thought that counts, I think, right? But yeah, I enjoyed that. I also got my my Kickstarter from Brandon Ingram from This May Comics. You know what I'm saying? Beautiful comics right here. The Gallows Man. You know what I mean? I had him on my show and all that where he promoted it. We talked for like an hour and a half that show, and we could have kept going, but you know, I had to eventually end it. So this is the A cover and this is the B cover. I love how they look. They came out nice, crisp. A little bit of a card stop right here. You know what I mean? So awesome. I got to take a picture and send it to him. He did want us to do that. I haven't done that yet. I'm slow with all that stuff. No jokes, Maria. She knows I'm slow with that stuff. All the social media stuff. But I did enjoy this comic when I read it, and he has a second one coming soon. He said he'll be on my show to cover that, so I can't wait to have him back here on the Big Herm, special Big Herm edition of that show. And real quick, I did get today came in a glow in the dark Infinity Warp Iron Hammer pop. Nice pop figure. The comics wasn't very good. I got them, but I love the artwork. It's Iron Man and a Thor up in there. You got the Cap and Doctor Strange. Of course, I got the Spider-Man and Moon Knight and the Ghost Rider and Panther. I wanted this one, but I couldn't find them. I think I have that one and Man of Hell. But great pop figure came in today. The wife found this for me. Thank you, Maria. She also found He-Man. Dun, 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 He-Man. But this is not He-Man. This is Prince Adam. So with the vehicle from the show, you know what I mean? I freaking love that Sky Sled. There you go. I freaking loved He-Man as a kid. Freaking love it. I had all the DVDs and stuff with the whole show. I'm definitely gonna see if I get me Battle Cat before they sell out and the He-Man. I'm gonna try to get this whole set because now I freaking love it. The original set, at least from the He-Man, Skeletor, Evelyn, and all that. What's her name? Teela up in there with He-Man. So Prince Adam, I'm gonna end up opening it because I want to play with it. love me the toy. Thanks, babe. So she found me that. That's it for show and tell for me for today. What do you think about that show and tell, Sam?
Okay. I think that hey, Master Universe, they're doing all these figures. Looks really cool. Yeah.
Brother Joe, I'm thinking about sending it to Road Trade. I might cash in on Phable one of his free presses. See if he can give me one so I could see what that comes. He said 9.9. Even. So yeah. So Sam, do you remember what we're doing next week?
Oh man, we are doing the Civil War, the Marvel version, and it looks like Sam Rogers won this one round right here. Oh, well, there's the Sam Stark. Yeah. So.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I can't wait to do that with you.
That's going to be a good show. It's going to be real good.
Real good show. I'll mute you real quick. I can't wait to do that with you. I think it'll be amazing. A lot of fun. Can't wait to sit down and read all of that. Sam, I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna not give you the full floor, but I'm gonna put you there. What you got coming up next, Sam? I want you. I got you.
Oh, okay. I figure it's been a while, and I'm not doing anything at all tomorrow. I got the whole day. It's time once again to do a nature walk, okay? Because it's been way too long and it's been hot. But guess what? We got cooler weather this week, so it's time to do some more nature walking. And it's not going to be just one nature walk. Oh no, we're gonna try and do 2 this week. So.
Well, great show. Thanks, Small. Yay,
And then,
Nature Walk.
and then I got my Friday show.
Yeah, you got supporters for the Nature Walk here. Got Maria
Thank
and
you. Yeah,
Aiko.
I can do some nature walking. Don't
He's
worry.
excited.
And remember,
Nice.
people love it.
Yeah. What else? Hold on, I'm gonna mute for a second, Sam. So so I'll put it back. So so we got that going on. I do have my if I could find it, my poll, probably a normal 4 p.m. time tomorrow for my haul video tomorrow. Can't wait to do it. Always with my haul. Always enjoy that haul, talking to everybody, talking to you guys. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. Thank you for always joining us here on Whiplash Wednesdays. Join my man Chamorro Cinema. He's gonna have a fantastic show. There's gonna be a wild card today. What they talk about, they probably talk comic books, they probably talk movies, whatever news. There's so much news that popped up lately with after Tynan. You have Chip talking about leaving Daredevil. Real quick, Sam, what you think about Chip leaving Daredevil? I'm gonna mute you right now. I got you.
Well, I would say that I am a little bit disappointed in that, but maybe it sounds like maybe they're gonna do another Daredevil series. I don't know. So
yeah, I don't think Chip is going anywhere. So
yeah.
I think he's still gonna have some Marvel stories, even though he might go to he's going to Substack too.
Because I guess issue, I think they said something like issue 36 is the last issue.
Yeah, so
yeah.
There's so much news. I think it's sad. Regardless, I would love to see him keep going. You know, but we'll see. It's not the end of Marvel. People are like, oh, it's the end of Marvel. They're all leaving, but nah, they'll be alright. Marvel will be alright. DC will be alright too. So, that's it for today, guys. Thank you very much. Join the Tomorrow Show next with a Bridge for his show. Join me tomorrow for my whole video. Join my man Sam on his nature walks and Friday the Ever Loving Show. Join. Love you guys. Of course. Hit the thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Ding that bell for notifications for future videos so you can get more of our stuff. Follow my man Sam. His link is below always. Thank you so much, Sam. I always appreciate doing this show with you. Another fun show with you in the rap. And can't wait to do, if I can find a movie. Everything is falling apart here. I gotta do this now, right? Can't wait to do this movie with you next. So
right. Do that movie.
There you go, my man got it. Let's go.
I got that.
Let's go.
That's the extended cut, baby.
Extended cut. All right, guys. Thank you so much. See you guys next time. Station. Peace. Much love, like always. Peace out.